Kemi Badenoch has confessed to being a snitch when she was at school. This is a story on page 3 of the Telegraph. What do you make of this?
Whoever is advising her hates her. And I think this whole relatability tour is going very, very, very badly.
Just have a listen to this for a second. Kemi Badenoch making this admission to BBC's Amal Rajan. Have a listen.
I wasn't just the swat in the class. I was the person who would say that person is copying notes from the other person. I was the tattletale in the class, like getting people into trouble. And I remember there was this extraordinary day. I was in, I must have been about 14 or 15. And I said, he's cheating. I stood up in the middle of the exam and I stood up and said, he's cheating. He's the one that's doing it. And that boy ended up getting expelled. And I didn't get praised for it.
Of course you didn't get praised for it. Esther, you started by saying you think the person who is advising her...
hates her. They hate her. This relatability tour is going very, very badly. Every headline I've seen about Kemi in the last week or so has been about something to do with not feeling Nigerian, or this story where she's basically a grass, which I don't care which part of the world you're from, nobody likes grasses.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's just... Why is this necessary? Just stick to the politics.
Yeah, can I say, whilst that was going on, Jonathan Hyde audibly let out a gasp.
Headlines over the weekend that seem to suggest you no longer identify as being Nigerian. Of course, you were born in this country, you spent your childhood in Nigeria. Were those headlines accurately reflecting what you were saying? What's your sort of status in terms of how you identify British, Nigerian, all the rest of it?
Well, I think that the BBC certainly wrote that headline. It wasn't quite what I said, but it is true. My main identity is as British. That is what I see myself as. Nigeria is a nationality. It's not an ethnicity. There's no such language as Nigerian. There are lots of different ethnic groups there. And I think that as a politician in this country, we need to be very focused on what is happening here, not what's happening.
And I've kept it so well.
Do you believe in God?
Not anymore. But I am not an atheist. I am agnostic. I used to believe very much, but now I describe myself as a cultural Christian.
Do you think the world is better when people either believe in God or act as if God is real?
I don't think it matters so much. It matters what they do with it.
Okay, so after listening to Kemi Badenoch, saying she no longer identifies herself as a Nigerian, and of course, she doesn't believe in God anymore. I personally do not know what to believe of her, because I can't see reason why someone would, deny her identity. I'm a Nigerian and I'm a proud Nigerian. So what's wrong about it? Anyways, let's watch some of this reaction from people about Kemi. And if you've not yet subscribed to our channel, please do well to subscribe for more of our videos and let us know what you think about this.
So my Caribbean cousin, meet my friend, Kemi Badenoch. Kemi is the first black woman conservative leader in England. But Kemi has an identity problem. Kemi was born in England, but grew up in Nigeria and then moved back to England as she gets older, and then became the conservative leader. Kemi is now stating that she's no longer a Nigerian. Kemi, by you stating that you are no longer a Nigerian, it's like spitting on your ancestors. Kemi, I am black, you're black. I am Caribbean, you're Nigerian. It's written all over our face. It even comes out in our accent. Even when we try to twang the words and speak a different language, it is still there. Kemi, when you're trying to fit in to another race, do not deny your ancestors. It's because of your ancestors that allow you to position yourself to be where you are, Kemi. And when the other race spits you out, soon they shall, is your ancestors and your Nigerian community shall pick you back up. Kemi, Do not deny your Nigerian community. Do not deny who you are. It's because of them that position you to be where you are today.
Being a second generation British Muslim but with a Pakistani heritage, thanks to my parents who migrated here. You know how we all talk about identity crisis. We know that we suffered it, our children suffer it. It's just a thing. Clearly, as you can tell, I'm brown. And I am a proud British Pakistani. But I am also very proud of my ethnicity, my links to my heritage, both in Pakistan and India. I love it, I claim it, I own it. It's all over me. When you hear me speak the Queen's English, you will also hear me speak the Pakistani Urdu. You might hear me speak the Punjabi. Because we are so blessed. We have so many things to be grateful for and thankful for. And then I've just been seeing this black MP who is denying her Nigerianness. She's saying she's just British. She's from Essex. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but is that not just bizarre?
Kemi Badenoch's family took advantage of the UK to get a free university education for her. And that is just the tip of the iceberg. So Kemi's out here saying, oh, you know, I'm going to make it really difficult for foreigners to get citizenship in the UK. It's not right. But what she fails to bring up is that her mother, her family lived in Nigeria. Her mother got pregnant, came to the UK, gave birth in the UK, and in those days you did get birthright. If you gave birth in the UK, your child automatically got British citizenship. That doesn't happen anymore. She gave birth to her, got the citizenship, took her ass back to Nigeria, carried on earning money there, carried on paying, well, maybe paying her taxes over there, did absolutely zilch for the UK. And then when her daughter was about 16, 17, she shipped her back to the UK so she could get a free university education, because in those days, again, university was completely free because the taxpayers were paying for it. So Kemi took full advantage of the UK system, and so did her family. And now she's talking about immigrants in such a negative way. Why is it, Kemi? Is it because you're a crook? Is it because you are the criminal? Is it because you and your family took advantage of the kindness of the UK, and now you want to deny real refugees, people escaping war, people escaping genocides, people in desperate need? But you were just rich in Nigeria. Your mum took advantage, paid all that money to come over here. Because trust me, ordinary Nigerians can't do that. It's only the very, very rich. It seems like this country's going to the dogs. And it's not because of refugees. It's because of the rich taking advantage wherever they can.
To what end is she doing these things? What is she trying to achieve, do you think?
Absolutely nothing. Natasha, let's be clear. Kemi Badenoch has clearly pressed her self-destruct button, okay? And is taking a humiliation tour that, quite frankly, the public should just sit back and enjoy because it's quite entertaining. This is her pick-me expedition in which she's trying to sell her backstory, but she's only succeeded in making herself more unlikable and unrelatable every single time she opens her mouth. You know why? It's because Kemi Badenoch has no story to tell. She has no story to tell, no hardship to sell, and she has no roots of authenticity. I mean, the one thing that made her authentic, she just thoroughly rejected. Oh, I no longer identify as Nigerian. I'm just British. What exactly is British? Okay, can you break it down? Which nationality of British are you? Where's your authenticity from? She doesn't want to get into that. I mean, let's look at the story she's told, right? That's Natasha. She could have told her boarding school story. from a place of resilience, but instead chose to be a 45-year-old spoiled brat that has PTSD from doing chores. She could have, kept Nigeria out of her godforsaken mouth. But no, in order to make herself palatable to certain white people, not all white people, but to certain white people, she thinks she needs to come across as more British and 100%, focused British, so that they don't say, oh my God, you need to go back where you came from. When the reality is that the people she's peddling to want to deport her as well. She could have told the story about working hard and not told that she snitched on another student, because she actually thought that was a flex. But she told the world that I snitched on him and nobody applauded me for it. Nobody thanked me for it. You can see that she's not confused. I think what she's trying to do, she's trying so hard to, I would say she's trying so hard to cater to a certain demographic, and we know who that demographic, what they are, that she doesn't see that she becomes repugnant to them. The problem with racial gatekeepers like Kemi Badenoch is that they do not understand that their relevance and usefulness to white supremacy has an expiration date.